So this is going to be a recap of episode 23, season 8, Love Island, USA. I truly believe that the producers did a lot of behind the scenes coming together and talking to the ladies because when I tell you this was wrapped up in a pretty little bow, I'm telling you, it feels producer driven, but that's okay. We want these ladies to still stay on the show. So let's start off with Anaya. Oh, Anaya. So we see Anaya still grieving, upset, breaking down, and there's quite a few scenes of her doing this. At some point, Melanie is consoling her, talking to her, reassuring her that she shouldn't do it here. She's, an amazing person, woman, beautiful, etc. So I will say that I was hoping that the whole episode wasn't going to be about Anaya crying because I just think that, although it is sad what happened between her and Casey, we must move forward. Okay. So the scenes of Anaya breaking down were a little hard to watch just because I feel like, as much as I understand that all women, we go through this, I just wouldn't have given Casey the satisfaction of seeing me this upset. But I get it. It's easier for me to watch and say that. But he doesn't deserve the full on breakdown. He just doesn't. He made his decision. Fine. I'm going to cry in peace away from cameras. I'm going to ask them, hey, take these cameras off of me. But I don't know if they can. Maybe they sign up to a point where no matter what happens, they got to show it. At some point, because Anaya is so upset, she even threatened to leave the island. I truly believe that this is where producers definitely stepped in, right? Did some behind the scenes moves because I feel like the turnaround was quite quick in this episode I saw changes, right? And these changes, they were subtle, but they were also not subtle. So it seems like the first 30 minutes we have Anaya. Okay. After that, I feel like Melanie felt like she was being neglected. So now all of a sudden she wants to cry about Sincere again. And she goes to crying with Trinity, who looks like she's tired of having this conversation. And yes, Trinity, all of us are tired of having this conversation. So I'm here with you. So that was the first 30 minutes. And what I do like is at some point the girls do apologize to each other. So let's see, Trinity apologizes to Permita. They work it out, okay? And then TT at some point apologizes to Trinity for calling her a little girl. They work it out. But the best part for me is when I saw Anaya and TT hug it out. I really, really loved that because I feel like no matter what, we as women have to stick together because a lot of times these men are saying things behind our backs that we're not aware of and telling girls different things. And you just don't know what's really being said about you and what's true and what's not. But overall, they were able to work it out. And I love that. Now, let's move on to where it started to pick up. Okay. So there was the Hot Girl Bakery Challenge that was hosted by none other than Megan the Stallion. Megan the Stallion, who is known for Hot Girl Summer, her Megan knees, thought shit, the whole nine. Okay. So I was really wondering, like, who was going to win this challenge, but I thought, okay, we know TT can throw it back, but Kenzie does the splits. But here's where my surprise came. You know who was the hot girl summer more than Kenzie and Tiara? Baby, Bryce and Zach. When I tell you Bryce and Zach showed out, I mean, it was like they have been practicing their whole life for this moment. I was very surprised at these moves. Zach constantly was looking back at it, and Bryce, I don't know what we call that move. I guess the mini worm. I don't know what that's called, but the stripper Magic Mike / mini worm move. I don't know, but When I tell you these men were more excited in this challenge than they've ever been with hanging out with their partners. Okay. So, Trinity and Kada, I need you guys to go back and look at these scenes when you get home. Because maybe in the villa, you can't see what we see. But I think that if you decide to move forward with these men off of this television show, read this body language and look at what we are seeing, okay? Because I just would hate for you to be surprised down the line. Just reading between the lines. What I'm trying to say is the body language between Bryce and Zach is getting out of hand. It's a bit much to watch, and I don't really have a problem with people that are, I don't, who you like is who you like. But what I do have a little concern with is these are people coupled with other people. And it seems like they have more chemistry amongst each other. But anyhow, moving on. Who was crowned the hot girl bakery challenge was Tiara and Casey. Okay, that was cute. What I do like though is that there was a full circle moment again for Anaya. She had an opportunity to cream Casey like no other. At this point, Anaya, she's back in her confidence. She's happy. And it's good to see because that moping and crying, I thought that I was okay with 5 minutes of it, but 30 minutes is what it was dedicated in this episode. And I like to see Anaya happy. She's really at her best when she's happy. Although those ratings were high last, that one episode, and it was entertaining, it was also hard to watch. So because it was so hard to watch as America, I too voted for Carl and Amora, and they are back. They are back, baby. And so what I'm hoping is if Anaya gets back with Carl, I really want her to embrace this experience and not make him her therapist, okay? Amora, I don't know what Amora's going to do and who she's supposed to be with. Maybe she's just there to stir stuff up. I don't know. But now there is this part of me that says, what if Amora and Carl get together? Because I don't know if you saw After Sun, it was with Sierra and I forget the other girl's name, but they had interviewed all of the people that left the island. There was something there with Carl looking at Amora. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you think Carl and Anaya will stay coupled? Or do you think it's possible that Carl may actually couple up with Amora? And what were your thoughts on Zach and Bryce being the hottest girls on that island last night? Please let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my channel. I just want to be seen like Anaya. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.